With its low pricing and easy to use platform, Webull is definitely one of the most popular brokers around here. But did you know that Webull actually has a ton of features to offer besides, just buying and selling stocks? While some of them may be quite hidden, you may find most of them to be quite useful. So in this video, I'll be sharing 12 features to maximize the potential of your Webull app. And with that being said, let's jump right in. First up on the list, the regular savings plan. If you are someone who is always too busy to invest or sometimes just forget to invest, the regular savings plan is a great feature that can help you invest consistently. To find it, just open up your favorite stock, tap on the three dots at the bottom right, then tap regular savings plan. Here, you'll be able to start investing with as little as $5 or 10 Singapore dollars. What's nice is that there's even an option to deduct the funds directly from your bank account, thereby saving you the hassle of manually transferring the funds over. After that, you have the option of automatically investing every day all the way to every month. However, just take note that you can only do regular savings plan on US stocks and ETFs as well as HUD and USD mutual funds. Next, if you are someone like me who hates to look at stock prices every day, you'll find the next feature useful. With Webull's alert feature, Webull will automatically alert you whenever something has happened to your stock. To use it, just open up your stock, then tap on the bell button on the bottom right. Here, you will have a ton of options to choose from. For a start, you can create an alert whenever the stock reaches a certain price, or you can tell Webull to alert you whenever there's news about the stock. You can also tell it to alert you whenever there are certain price movements, like when there's a sharp rise in stock price or when the stock hit a new 52-week high. There are even options to alert you when the stock triggers certain technical indicators. Though, in order for this to work, you will need to turn on app notifications so that Webull is able to alert you whenever something happens. The next feature should be pretty well known by now, but just in case you do not know already, Webull supports US fractional shares, where you don't have to buy one entire share. But instead, you can start with as little as 0.001 share or just $5. To use it, you have to first make sure fractional shares are enabled. So go to the menu tab at the bottom right, look for settings, manage brokerage account, then make sure it says US fractional shares trade is approved. Next, when you are buying shares, just change the order type to market order and tada! You are now able to buy fractional shares. However, just take note that you can't short sell fractional shares and US fractional shares are only tradable during US regular trading hours. The next feature is the paper trading feature. This is useful for people who wish to practice their trading skills or test their investment strategies all without risking their real money. To access it, you can go to menu, then tap on paper trade, where you'll be given $1 million fake money to test out different strategies in different environments. And even if you have lost money, no worries. You can reset the net account value back to the full amount and continue with your paper trades. Then, once you're ready, you can finally move on to the real stuff with the knowledge that you have gained from the experience of paper trading. Next, Webull also has some pretty useful tools which lets you easily analyze stock prices. So, if you open up a stock under the stock chart, you can tap on the 4 squares button, indicators, and here, you will see a few common indicators. But if you tap on the diamond shape button, you can actually see a lot more indicators that you can use. Personally, I like to use EMA, MACD, and the RSI indicators. I won't go through each of them in the video, but basically, EMA and MACD can tell you whether a stock is on an uptrend or a downtrend, while RSI tells you whether the stock is overbought or oversold. But even if you don't know how to use these indicators, don't worry. Webull has another useful tool to help you read charts. So, if you again tap on the 4 squares button under the stock chart, then choose indicator signals, you get a list of signals which were detected. And on the top right, you can choose which period which you want to examine. Then, if you tap on the circles on the chart, you can see some info of the signal. For example, here it says double moving average crossover, which is a short-term bullish indicator. Or here, it says price crosses moving average, which is a long-term bullish indicator. This is also available in the analysis tab, where if you scroll all the way down till you reach the technical analysis section, you will again see some useful signals which may help you analyze stock movements. However, just some heads up, just because it says bullish or bearish doesn't mean that it will always be correct, because in the end, technical analysis is always about probabilities. While we are on the topic of stock charts, there are two pretty hidden chart functions that I want to show you. First, if you tap on the 4 squares button below the chart, then tap on Compare, you will then be able to add stocks to the chart to compare. And second, if you tap and hold on the chart, then drag to the price that you want, you have the option to add a price alert, buy or sell the stock at the selected price. What is nice is that once you have added any alerts or orders, it will appear on the chart, making it easier to track them. Another hidden feature is that you are able to add notes on the stocks that you are interested in. To find it, just open up the stock page, tap on the 3 dots at the bottom right, then tap on Notes. While this feature may sound simple, it is actually super useful. That's because whenever you want to buy a stock, it's important that you write down your thesis for buying the stock. Like, what are your reasons for liking the company? What is the fair value of the stock? And so on. So that in the future, if the stock suddenly give a boost and you find yourself panicking and wondering if you should sell the stock, what you can do is relook back at your notes to remind yourself why you buy your stock in the first place. If the thesis still holds, you will not panic sell, but instead just cry a bit and buy more. Next, the community feature. While you may sometimes feel that investing is a lonely journey, it actually is not. Because with Webull's more than $40 million, you will find a bunch of like-minded investors right within the app. So there are 2 ways you can access the community feature. The first one is by going to the stocks page, tap on Feeds, and here you will find discussions that are related to your stock. Another way is by heading back out to the main page, tap on Feeds, where you will find all kinds of discussions that are going on. If you scroll down a little, you will find many different groups where you can join to discuss different topics. For example, there's the options group where you can discuss everything about options. Another useful feature about the community is that you can follow accounts to get updates from them. Some of the accounts that you can follow are Macro Market Radar, Stock Essentials, Options Education, Webull News SG, and Webull Learning SG. Next, here's another hidden feature in Webull, but it's actually quite useful. To find it, you can open up your stock page, then at the top right, if you tap on the tiny down arrow, you will see some useful info of the stock, such as the price to earnings ratio, price to book, price to sales, what's the 52-week high and 52-week low, the current dividend yield. They even show you what's the next earnings date. Definitely useful for staying up to date with the stock. Besides that, if you are investing long-term into a company, it's always useful to check out the company's financial info. To find it, you can head to the company tab where you'll find a financial brief for the latest quarter. Some key indicators such as return on asset, return on equity, net margin, and so on. And some quick summaries of the financial statements such as income statement, balance sheet, and cash flow. There's even a peer comparison feature where you can compare the company with its peers, all of which are definitely useful when doing stock research. Moving on, did you know that Webull also lets you earn a return on your idle cash? To use it, you need to first enable margin by heading over to Menu, Settings, Manage Brokerage Account, then change the account type to Margin Account. After that, the change will take up to 2 business days to complete. Once margin is enabled, you can head to Markets, tap on the Moneybull icon near the top, then make sure it is activated. And now, you will start earning a yield on your idle cash. One thing to take note of is that the yield will fluctuate every day. For example, right now, for USD, it shows 5.44% 7-day yield. And for SGD, it shows 3.84% 7-day yield. But by tomorrow, the yield may be different. One benefit of Moneybull is that the funds here can be used for trading. Though, take note that if you use the funds to trade options, it will incur margin interest charges. So you know how when we trade, we will either use limit order or market order. But did you know that Webull has a lot more order types than this? The first order type is the trailing stop. Trailing stop is useful in situations where you are ready to sell your stock, but at the same time, you don't want to sell too early in case the stock continues to go up some more. With trailing stop, what you can do is set how much you want to trail by. It can be either a price amount or a percentage. If the stock goes up, nothing will happen. But if the stock falls by the amount or percentage, a sell order will automatically trigger. So, for example, let's say your stock is now $190 and you set a trail amount of $10. What happens is that if the stock goes up to $200, the selling price will also go up to $190. And if the stock goes up to $210, the selling price will go up to $200 and so on. But if the stock drops from $210 down to $200, Webull will automatically sell your stock. So that's trailing stop. pretty useful if you want to take profits while still giving the stock a chance to continue going up. Though, take note that trading stock orders are only supported during regular trading hours, and the order will expire at the end of each trading day. So, if your order is not filled, you will need to place the order again on the next trading day. The second order type is group orders. You have either limit or market plus take profit / stop loss order. This is useful for traders who, after buying their shares, want to automatically set a take profit order plus a stop loss order. What's nice is that you can also set the time in force to either day or good till cancel. So those were the 12 features that Webull has to offer. But do comment down below, are there any features that I've missed? Besides that, do not miss the great Moneybull offer, which will expire soon. Like, share and subscribe as I'll be posting new videos every Monday, Wednesday and Friday.